Lane, LSU's defense was pretty good last year. It seems like it's really taken a step up this year. I guess from your perspective, is it them being more comfortable in the scheme? Is it personnel additions? What's kind of stuck out to you about that group?
Well, I think second year in a system defensively helps a lot of times. And, you know, and they've improved their personnel also. You know, you got 3 of the 4 starting D linemen are portal guys. 3 of the 4 secondary D-line are portal guys. So they've done a great job with that. They've heavily financially invested into the portal and made that decision. That's no secret. Coach Kelly's talked about that, how much money they've spent, and it shows. Those are 3 guys that were heavily recruited and probably the 3 most expensive portal DBs in the market, and they got them all. So they did a great job with that, and now they're coaching them really well, and they're playing great.
Kind of referenced it there, but obviously LSU was one of those schools that spent some money in the portal. Do you see that it's helped their whole team, offense and defense, this year on their roster?
Yeah, I think LSU's done a great job. They've always assembled great high school talent, regardless. I mean, the last 3 coaches won national championships there. And if you probably look at, 25 years of players coming out, you could argue that they've had the most talent of anybody in the country, and you see it all over in the NFL. Now, so you've always had that high school recipe of being LSU and being able to get top players in the country and keep your own home. And now you add portal into it, which they've embraced this offseason and done a great job at, and as we just talked about, highly invested into it and spent a lot of money, and it shows. These guys have one of the best rosters in America, and also some veteran players coming in when you add portal guys on top of all the great high school players. So it's a big challenge, and so we're excited for it.
You referenced this, the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years that you guys have played. It's been super close games, home team wins, et cetera. But is that just 2 rosters that are pretty even from a talent standpoint, or is there something more about the matchup that makes these games come down to the wire?
I don't know that exactly. I would think stats would show they've had a lot more draft picks probably over that time, but they've been good matchups all the way back to the first one down there, and which we were ahead and should have won, and then the last one down there that we were ahead the entire game last year. So really competitive matchup. Glad that it's competitive because looks like we're going to keep playing this matchup. So exciting for the fans.
I was going to ask you about that. The permanent opponents came out today. Were you surprised at Oklahoma being one?
I didn't actually know they came out today, but you have inside information.
Chris Lowe actually reported it.
Okay.
You know Chris pretty well.
Yeah, so I didn't know that was reported, but you know, they make decisions, they put together things, and so I don't know. Whatever. I think that we got to win this week and perform really well, and you know, continue to just play whoever they schedule us to play and whatever time of day and night they schedule us to play.
I realize I put you on the spot there. I apologize.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Sorry. Is it different adjusting?
But it's going to be highly exciting. You know, 2 of the 5 most historic programs in college football you match us up with.
Going up against a quarterback like Nussmeier, who's obviously different than Green and Retzlaff, is there a different set of challenges, or is it basically the same thing? You have to get to him, get him out of rhythm and stuff.
No, I think there's difference. You know, and obviously not the quarterback runs like that. But Nussmeier does a great job of getting out of trouble and really quick feet and moving around. And I mean, he saved the game last year. You know, Perkins has him to go to 4th and 24 or something, and he gets out of that. You know, that probably would have ended the game. So he did a phenomenal job saving that game last year, and really great savvy player.
With your documentary coming out this week, have you seen the finished product, or is there a watch party at your house? What's the plan?
No plan. I'm sure I'll be here working. So no, I've not seen it. And so I really didn't know that it was going to be that big a deal. I just thought we have a lot of people come in and do interviews. And game day will be here tomorrow. So I guess it's a little bigger than I thought.
And then what factors are you considering when deciding the quarterback situation for LSU?
Health, for sure. To see if Austin's at 100%. These guys are really good. And they're loaded on defense, and they're the best they've been on defense since we've played them. Obviously, with the acquisitions that we talked about, and really shutting down the run. So we'll have to evaluate his health and then make a decision. Today was just a walkthrough, so not enough to evaluate. But at 100%, he was our starting quarterback, but we don't know what percentage he'll be.
It's like a third straight game where the O-line has kind of turned the corner, dating back to that second half of Kentucky. What did y'all see on film when looking back out on Tulane?
I thought they played consistent and played well, and really the one sack was him. He ran out like a half yard short out of bounds. So, didn't have a lot of negative plays, which was good, and so we didn't have a lot of third and longs. And so, that paid off. This will be the biggest test by far of the season. Like I said, these guys got premier players. Now they've added, 3 premier NFL draft picks in the secondary.
Coach, you've talked a lot about LSU's defense, but turning the corner to the offensive side, outside of Nussmeier, what position group do you think holds the biggest test this weekend?
I think the receivers. I think they got a really good group of receivers, and that can make a lot of plays. I just don't think they've had the numbers that they were probably thinking, but that happens sometimes early in the year. I look at the players more than scheme when I watch things, and I see elite players. So, we're going to have to play really well and be really challenged.
I know you don't have to me say this till you get motivated, but for those old guys, this is the group that we really, really love to beat each and every year. Biggest rivalry we always have. So, good luck with the preparation this week.
Thank you. You'll keep getting the rivalry. So, I always love when you guys say that, like, oh, okay, now we'll go actually try and game plan really hard. It's okay. My boss says the same things when we play Arkansas. Hey, I really need this one. Oh, okay, well, then we'll actually try this week. We were just going to not try.
Coach, one more question. Their offensive line.
Your last one wasn't a question. This would be your first question.
My first question,
yeah.
That's true. Their offensive line lost a first-round pick and I think a second or third-round pick. So they're starting over with tackles this year. What have you seen with if you had a chance to look at their offensive line and how they, what their strengths are?
Yeah, I think Brian said 4 of them went to the NFL. So those guys did a great job protecting them a year ago. And but you look at them again, they're big and really good players. I mean, like I said, they've done a great job. I mean, you walk by the TV copy that plays out here, and they show the offensive huddle, playing Florida, and it looks like an NFL huddle of guys. And so they've done a really good job, and very typical of LSU teams. All right, thanks.